Swimming to me is one of the best things I can do every day. Some people might hate it, dread it, hate getting in cold water. I for sure have had my ups and downs, but if I have a bad day, a good swim practice will make my day. If I have a good day and a bad swim practice, my day will be bad. I started swimming when I was 6 years old. Well, first I started off as just swim lessons, so I don't drown or anything near water. And then I was recommended to start a swim team by my swim instructor, so then they signed me up for Regency.
He swam in our swim club for a long time, and I got to know him, I think, when he was probably 10, 11 years old. And I knew that he was coming up through the program, and I was going to get a chance to work with him at the high school level. So when I see those kids coming up, and I think, okay, this is another Westside High School kid that I'm going to have a chance to work with, I started watching him. So you just kind of start putting things in your head, and you say, oh, okay, this is what he can do. What might I do if he does in fact swim for me? So that's how I kind of start putting things together in my head and see what happens from there. You know, I had a pretty good 9th grade year, but he found it was difficult to compete against those older guys. And then all of a sudden he has this huge injury during the summer after his freshman year, and he ended up having to have surgery. And we knew at that time, okay, he's going to be out of the water for a year. That was a devastating blow.
I had a freak accident playing water polo, and I tore my labrum. I didn't really go back to swimming for true swimming and practice for about 10 months. And that's a large time out of the water. And that season also historically was one of the worst seasons Westside has, and I believe that I could have helped a lot.
He was going to be a great part of what we had planned for that year. But you know, we took it in stride and said, okay, you got an injury. It's like any injury to any athlete. You have to wait until it's fully healed, and the doctors and the therapists say, okay, now we can gradually start going back in and taking some time.
I missed my sophomore season at Westside because I could not take and do a full practice. So I had to miss that season.
I think now he's in a much better position to start in training those deeper endurance type fibers. And I think long term now, he's much more ready to have a really quality senior year. And you know, that's what we're hoping for too.
For high school swimming, senior year, gotta try to win state, nothing less than that. It's gonna be difficult, but I honestly think we're like second in the state right now. I don't think that's a overestimate of our abilities. If I don't decide to swim in college, I want to go out on a good note.
Swimming, it's just you in the water. There's no communication with anybody else, so it's an alone sport, and that's what makes it very hard when you're training, etc. You really have to have a passion for doing this in the water. And so I just have really enjoyed having been part of this, and I really think he's enjoyed it as well. And I'm really looking forward to this year.
It's been a lifestyle for so long for me that it's a necessary part. And when I did dislocate my shoulder, I did realize I missed it a lot, and that it is something near and dear to my heart.